Hello and welcome to Learning with Lovo. This is part 1 in a 6-part series going over rotary wing flight in the context of DCS. I started wanting to do one video, but it has turned into a deep dive, so fingers crossed there will be something for everyone and it will all be understandable. Part 1 is an overview of rotary wing aircraft, what types there are and which are in DCS. Parts 2 and 3 will cover how a conventional helicopter flies and why. Parts 4 and 5 will cover practical flying methods like how to take off and land. Finally, Part 6 will cover some of how to tactically fly our beloved whirlybirds. Thanks to Topcat, Chang and others for helping me make sense of the reading. Once again, this is a DCS tutorial and should not be used to inform any real-world flying. Let's get started. What is a helicopter? In a nutshell, a helicopter spins its wings quickly to get the lift and thrust it needs for flight, as opposed to fixing the wing to the airframe and moving both quickly through the air. The conventional approach to this is a rotor system on top with a tail rotor at the back to offset torque. This is how most of our Helos in DCS work. You can also have coaxial, like our KA-50, 2 counter-rotating sets of rotors. The counter-rotation eliminates torque buildup. Tandem helicopters also feature 2 counter-rotating rotor sets, but one behind the other. You can see this in the Chinook. Intermeshing. This fascinating design has 2 laterally offset and angled rotors. Rotors counter-rotating in such a way that the rotor path overlaps. Check out the K-Max to see how this looks. Transverse. Similar to tandem, except the offset is lateral, not longitudinal, like the V-22 Osprey or the Mi-12. Also of note are quadcopters, mostly used as drones or toys. 4 rotors combine transverse and tandem systems. Interestingly, to me anyway, the word helicopter is not helicopter, it's helico, meaning spiral, and ter, meaning with wings like pterodactyl. The benefits. Why go to all this trouble? Well, a helicopter can do things fixed wings can't do, or can't do for very long. Hovering. If the conditions allow for hovering, a helicopter can basically hover until it runs out of fuel. This gives way to a huge safety bonus, being able to stop and then land. Not only does this make landing safer, but it means the humble Helo can operate from very austere FARPs and FOBs. One downside to the rotary setup, however, is much lower speed limits. Even the A-10 can run circles around a helicopter. The fastest conventional helicopter is the Westland Lynx, clocking in at 216 knots. We have nothing that comes close in DCS, however. This leads me to the actual uses of Helos. In civilian use, as well as military, due to their versatility, it is extremely common to see helicopters used for person and cargo transport, as well as for CASEVAC or as air ambulances. Purely militarily, they are well suited for scout work. Small, nimble aircraft like the Gazelle can carefully scout areas for larger ground units, as well as working with small infantry units like special forces to insert and retrieve them. You often see them with some sort of cannon or minigun, or perhaps a missile or 2. Finally, we have the beefier, angrier attack helicopters, like the KA-50 or Hind. They cannot carry the payload you'd expect of fixed-wing attack aircraft, but they require less infrastructure and can be fielded closer to the fight, and provide excellent CAS and anti-armor capability. These will almost always carry a cannon in addition to rockets or missiles. Helicopters in DCS. I'll focus on the playable options, and after that I'll talk about those that are announced for upcoming release. Let's start with the available aircraft. The UH-1H Huey. One of the most recognizable helicopters in the world and co-star of many a movie. Though still in active service around the world, the Huey proved itself in the Vietnam conflict. An American 2-rotor single-turboshaft utility helicopter. Capable of carrying several troops, it has been used as just about everything from transport to gunship. In DCS, it comes with many liveries and can support 2 door gunners, rocket pods, and miniguns. This helicopter is currently the only one with working multi-crew, making it a lot of fun to fly around with 4 friends. The Mi-8. The Mi-8 MTV-2 is a Russian 5-rotor, 2-engine, 3-crewed, medium-lift and attack helicopter. Big, powerful, and one of the most widely produced helicopters in the world. The Mi-8 can move a lot of troops, a lot of cargo, and has a lot of switches. It can also use gun pods, rocket pods, as well as bombs. The SA-342 series Gazelle. I say series because the Gazelle models are limited to their armaments. So to allow different armaments in DCS, we have several models. The L model has a gun and rockets, the M model has 4 anti-tank missiles, the minigun model has a door gunner, and the Mistral model has 4 short-range heat seekers. It is a French single turboshaft, 2-crewed, 3-rotor, nimble scout helo. It has some advanced avionics and systems like an INS with waypoint support, an RWR, and a targeting camera. The KA-50 Black Shark. The last on our list and first in the game, the KA-50 is a Russian 2-turboshaft single-crewed attack helo with 2 counter-rotating 3-bladed rotors. It has some advanced systems including a moving map, a data link, a targeting camera, and a helmet-mounted sight that you can use to target the underslung 30mm cannon, as well as guided Vickers missiles. You might not have otherwise heard of the Black Shark as it only underwent very limited production. However, at this time, it is our only attack helicopter, and with the coaxial setup and unique autopilots, makes for a very interesting helo. This is the limit of the playable helicopters. Let's take a look at what is upcoming. The Mi-24P Hind. The next expected rotary release is the Hind, the Russian 2-turboshaft, 2 or occasionally 3-crewed, 5-bladed attack helo. It is one of the most widely produced attack helos in the world. With multi-crew from launch, this is a module I'm very much looking forward to. Aside from a 23mm cannon, it will feature similar armaments to the Black Shark but allow one player to operate the weapons while another flies. It can also transport several troops in the back, making it quite versatile. The Hind is planned for release Q2 2021. AH-64D Apache. In many ways, the Western equivalent of the Hind, we have the venerable Apache. The American twin-turboshaft, 2-crewed, 4-bladed attack helicopter is penned for early release Q3 2021, featuring a helmet-aimed 30mm cannon, rockets and hellfires, and interestingly, and eventually, the longbow radar system. We are again expecting multi-crew in this module. From third-party developers, we have 2 offerings. Firstly, the Polychop OH-58D Kiowa. We're back to smaller scout aircraft now with the American single-turboshaft, 2-crewed and 4-rotor Kiowa. Filling a similar role to the Gazelle and known for its cooperation with the Apache flights, the Kiowa features a mast-mounted sight. This allows for observing the terrain ahead whilst the rest of the airframe is hidden behind cover, while carrying a modest amount of missiles, rockets or a 50 cal. Finally, we have the Razbam BO-105. The German twin-turboshaft, 4-bladed, 2-crewed scout or light attack helo. Known for surprising agility and a surprisingly large amount of missiles, it has flown in service for over 30 countries. We don't know much about Razbam's take on this helo yet, but I look forward to learning more. That'll do it for episode 1 in the series. I hope it has whetted your rotary appetite, because next we delve into the aerodynamics of helicopter flight. Thanks for watching, Learning with Lovo.